Beautiful, but what a mess down here. Have you ever stepped on bits of tar, crude oil, that's washed up on the beach? Maybe you track it all the way home into your bathtub. Where does it come from? People sometimes debate whether it's leaky oil wells or natural seeps. We're heading towards the approximate location of the natural oil seep as related by Mr. Finken, who's a local petroleum engineer. He said it was in about 800 feet of water in the Redondo Canyon, about 2 miles out. We're starting to see some glossy spots. Yeah, there's a little bit of an oily sheen on the water now. Only 1/10 of a mile ahead of us. But I smell it now. Do you smell it? Yeah. We're laughing because we both just got over COVID a week ago, and neither one of us is smelling normally yet. We've marked this as the middle of the slick. We are navigating toward well 104. The coordinates were published in a 1958 well log, and we're going to go see if we see any signs of leakage above that. Camera? Oh no! Don't lose the camera. Directly over the logged coordinates of Signal Oil Company well number 104, drilled in 1958. It looks pretty clear right here. Smell anything?
Not yet.
To track this Tara collected back to its source, we're going to float it in about a foot of water, and we're going to measure how long it takes for the tar to float. 1 foot deep. We have a stopwatch. This sample is going to rise more slowly than what would be coming out at the source. It's not rising anymore. We have a problem with our tar sample because it stopped floating. A storm is approaching, but I'm heading out to the oil slick again to try to collect some of the actual oil on the surface. Just leaving the harbor, a power boater lost the cover off their dinghy. How do I track him down? Would you believe I found him? Well, I can drop it off. I'll swing around it once you guys are in there. Hey, you know, I figured you guys would already be home, you know. You ready?
That's amazing. Thank you. You are a lifesaver.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
Where did we lose it here?
Oh, right at the harbor mouth. I was almost out to the oil seep, and I saw what I thought was that power boat coming back. I turned and I tried to intercept it, and they blew right past me, and so that feels good. Oil catcher is out, but it's kind of a skinny slick. It's pointing into the wind. I think I'm starting to smell it. Looking downwind, I can see a little bit of an oil slick. Here's what it's like from down inside the cabin. The cabin is quite large compared to the cockpit of the boat. We have a little kitchen with a refrigerator. Put a little camp stove in here, and you can sleep and get out of the wind. The main reason I'm getting out of the wind now is so that my voice is not drowned out. It looks like it's raining over there in Los Angeles. That's great. So we've been down about 1,000 feet, but gradually climbing up. When we get up around 800 feet, we'll probably start seeing some oil. There was a slick back there. Now zigzagging upwind across the oil wherever I can see it, and I'll keep going upwind until I don't see oil anymore. The most upwind point of oil slick that I've seen all day. I will try to pick some up with a paper towel. The float doesn't seem to be picking anything up. Well, that's pretty clean. I can smell it though. Doesn't look like anything much stuck to this fender. There's a little bit of an oil slick over there, which is being blown slowly towards the beach where I picked up tar. The high frequency radar says that the currents have been very weak today while we've been out here and before. So it's pretty negligible, but it's about 1/4 of a mile per hour from the southwest to the northeast. You can factor that in from the point where we first see oil hitting the surface. We can imagine at 800 feet depth where that oil must have started, and it's not very far. We've kind of solved this mystery that the oil that we're encountering, at least a couple of times we've been out here, is coming from the canyon, and there aren't wells logged in the canyon, so the oil is not coming directly out of a capped oil well. Case closed. Even though I couldn't scrape oil off the surface of the water, I smelled it and I saw it, and I found the most upwind point of oil seepage, and I checked the currents. People ask me almost every time I go out sailing, kayaking in this area, I say, where does that oil come from? And is it a leaky oil well? Probably not.